to start the show?
Oh, Heather, I'm so glad you're here. We can finally talk about us.
Jackie, what are you talking about?
You?
Jackie,
Yeah.
there's people watching.
What do you mean?
They're here for your show.
Oh my God, why the fuck would they do that for?
For your documentary?
Oh, well, if it's a show they want, it's a show they'll get.
Oh, Jackie, no. It's stand-up comedy.
Oh, I have no idea how to do that. How about a song instead? Oh.
How about we just stick to the comedy?
Okay. But if I do, can we talk about us after the show?
Well, that would be pretty hard because I got a boyfriend right over there.
Step back, Jackie.
No, Jackie, you're doing this. No, Jackie, you're doing this whether you like it or not.
Fine.
So give it up for Jackie Hire.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
We have a fun audience today. I know almost none of you. So who are you guys?
We're your audience.
That's great. Would you like to sit here or are you comfortable back there?
I'm good back here, but thank you.
Well, we have a special birthday today. Woo! I'm just gonna grab this. I'm gonna sing a song. Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Now, can anyone guess whose birthday it is? Wow.
Yours?
No. This is for you.
Thank you.
For the birthday girl. Amazing. Just grab my handy microphone. So I wrote this show as if no one would ever hear it. So good luck. I gave you those treats, so just in case this goes badly, you have something to look forward to. Plus, it doesn't matter if it's bad because I already got your money. Yeah, okay, anyways. Have you ever gone to a public restroom? You pee, poop, jizz, whatever, and you come out and you wash your hands because you're a good person, right? And you see someone go into the stall you were just in, and they quickly walk out with a disgusted look on their face and go into the next stall? That happens to me all the time. It's not my fault they don't have a toilet brush in there to clean off my streaks, you know? I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go in there with my 2 fingers like a confused 19-year-old boy? You two make me nervous. I hope you like it. When I lived in Sydney for a whole year, I did not own a toilet brush because I have commitment issues, you know. Buying a toilet brush is something you buy when you know you're going to be committed there for a long time, you know, like a car. And I didn't want to just throw it away after a year, and you can't give it to someone. Could you imagine? Hey, I'm moving out of the country. Here's my toilet brush. It reminds me of you. Thanks for being my friend. I was seeing this guy. I nicknamed him Diaper Boy. I'll explain later. And he came over, pooped in my toilet. Don't worry. And he came out frightened and said, "Jackie, where is your toilet brush?" And I was standing there, naked. Said, "Oh, I don't have one." He then quickly puts on his clothes, leaves, and never comes back. But you know what? That guy did not have a trash can in his bathroom, which I think is worse. Now, if you're a dude and you do not have a trash can in the bathroom, raise your hand. Oh, good job, everyone. I have a theory. I have found through my own research that men with no trash can in the bathroom are either single, they've never really had a real girlfriend, or they're just bad with women. Can anyone tell me why I think this? Do you know how many times my warm, bloody tampon in my pocket because the boy doesn't have a trash can in the bathroom. And I can't flush it because that would cause bigger problems, so I have to awkwardly walk out, avoid eye contact, and go into the kitchen, find their trash can. But guess what? The bin is full, so I have to use the 19-year-old boy jackhammer to hide the evidence. Diaper boy didn't even have a kitchen bathroom, so I had to go all the way outside into the front patio. He's lucky I did not clog his pipes by throwing that bloody thing down the loo. Yeah. So in Costa Rica, they specifically ask visitors not to throw anything down the toilet because their pipes get easily clogged. You know? Just like me when I was 22 in my whole phase. Do you remember when you were 22? So you guys are here because I'm helping a woman from Costa Rica fulfill her dream of seeing the Grand Canyon. Her name is Nelly. She's 73 and has a very dirty sense of humor. I met her in 2019 while studying abroad, and she taught me how to live, how to be myself, and has touched the hearts of any study abroad students for the past 10 years. 2 years ago, I texted Nelly, said, "Hey, I'm going to take you to the Grand Canyon, and I'm going to film it." She didn't believe me, but now she does. So in January, when I was filming in her house, the beginning of the documentary, I of course had to use her bathroom at some point, right? So I pooped, stood up, wiped, and I threw the toilet paper in the bowl. Uh-oh. I flushed it anyways, and the poo went down, but the toilet paper stayed floating in the water, reminding me of all the mistakes I've ever made. Yeah. So you know what I did because I respect Nelly and do not want to clog her pipes? I reached in, grab it, and throw it away in the trash can. And then I wash my hands. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about boys. You remember those, right? Yeah. Okay. So 9 months ago, I transitioned from my O phase into my I want to be treated right phase. Right? I started doing a lot more rejecting than I normally do, because usually the guys reject me. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell. Can you tell? Yeah. That's fine. And so there was this one guy who was tall, mysterious, very funny, and after dinner I invited him back to my place, But as soon as he got naked, I kind of realized he kind of looked like my cousin. No. Even though I kind of fantasize about that sometimes, I change my mind, not worry anymore, go away. Wait, no, I can't do this. 2 days later, that boy moved to London. So, anyways, there's this other guy who was into me. I was figuring out if I felt the same way. I had my doubts. So I asked him to go do something fun. So we went to my favorite beach in Sydney, which happens to be a nude beach. Have you ever been to a nude beach? Anyone else? Yeah, okay, great. You, great, nude beach, yay! Anyways, so we're on a rock, smoking a joint, and I look down at his penis, shining in the sunlight. And I say, "Oh, Louis, yeah, I think we should just be friends." If I showed you a picture of this guy, you'd think I'm an idiot because he was very handsome. But it was not his penis that was the problem. It was his personality. And it was because he said, "We are on this earth to have our offspring." And just the thought of having kids with this one guy just really turned me off, right? Yeah. But 2 months later, that boy moved to Bali. So if you go on just one date with me, you might find yourself moving to a different country. If you're in the mood to move. I got really into the nude beach culture while in Sydney. I did a lot of misbehaving, liberating stuff down there. You can believe that. My first time at a nude beach was at Lake Tahoe, where I met this family. A mother, a father, and their son, all naked. Wasn't weird. Yeah. So in Sydney, I felt very comfortable being a nudie. I liked looking at all the different shapes a body can be, and oh yeah, I look. And there was this one older gentleman at the nude beach one time when I went alone. And boys, don't worry, your penis is going to look just fine at 60. It's your face you have to worry about. Wear sunscreen, I was going to go hike the tallest mountain 5 hours away. And he said, oh, my son and his girlfriend live out there. Do you need a place to stay? And at first I was kind of nervous. I mean, I was just going to car camp. But I decided to give it a chance. Who cares if I'm murdered, right? So I go. And when I get out of the car, the naked guy's son greeted me. And I said, hey, I saw your daddy naked. He laughed. His girlfriend laughed. And we had a great time. Lovely couple. Yeah. So, what's the farthest place you guys have traveled to for love, for a quick bone? Anyone?
Burning Man.
Burning Man? I think I know what that is. Oh, congrats. Oh, you too? Oh, very good. You did a good job. I originally moved to Australia because I fell in love with a red-headed, one-testicle Australian man. 3 months in of living there, he said he didn't see a future with me, which left me brokenhearted. And on his birthday last year, I texted him, happy birthday, cunt rag. Not my best moment. But because of that breakup, I had a very different Australian adventure, one that I'm very proud of. So when I was driving back from hiking the tallest mountain with the naked guy's son's girlfriend, I had my worn out sneakers in the front seat. And I knew I was going to throw them out because they were just worn out, and I was moving back to America, didn't want them, you know? So I drove to one testicle man's house. We still had each other's sharing location on, which is weird, I know. And I pull up, place my sneakers on his front step as a message saying, hey, this is now completely over. Thanks for being the reason I moved here in the first place. I'm moving back to America now. And then I get a text from him for the first time in over a year saying, Jackie, why are you at my house? Oh, just dropping off some shoes. Yeah. Sometimes I think what he said to his friends about that shoe situation, right? Man, this one weird-ass chick I was dating for a bit, she left her fucking shoes in my porch. They were there, waiting for me. She said she wasn't at my house. When I got to my fucking house, guess what was at my doorstep? So I checked every bush, I checked every tree, made threats into the wind to see if she'll come out, but she truly was gone. Sometimes I wonder, you know, on his deathbed, what would he say? Oh, those fucking shoes, man. That was just so fucking weird. But in reality, I know he probably just threw them out. Didn't care much. It's fine. But that is one of the relationships I've had that has come to a full circle. A full finished circle, right? I recently had another past lover come to a full finished circle. Diaper boy. The reason why I think men with no trash can in the bathroom are bad as women? Well, this is why. I got into acting right after one testicle man ended things, right? Dropped out of grad school, went into acting. Best decision I've ever made. It's going great. You guys are here. Yay, thanks. And so the acting school I went to gave me some free tickets to a show at a theater. So I went alone, as usual, and it was a comedy, brilliant, and this one actor came out wearing a handyman costume, and after some conflict, he was wearing nothing but a diaper. My first thought was, oh my God, I gotta find out what's underneath that diaper. Woo. So after the show, did I go up to him to talk to him? No. I went home to change my underwear that night. Here you are, young ones. You're so young, I'm sorry. And so 2 weeks later, I found his Instagram, and I had just finished editing this experimental film I started in grad school but never turned in because I dropped out. I sent to him saying, hey, love you in that play. Here's a wacky film I made. And he actually messaged me back. He said, "Wow, I hated that. Would you like to go out sometime?" With me? Hot diaper boy wanted to go out with me? Oh, hell yeah, he did. So we went out. He was still hot, connected on a different level that felt special, you know. But that night, he said something weird. He said, "Thank you for making that video about me. I was honored someone would watch the play and then make that for me." I was confused because it was not about him. That video ended up being about the confusion someone feels about when a romance ends. And I thought, wow, you got a big ego. Yeah. That video had the last hug between me and one testicle man. During our last night together, he came over, drunk, saw my camera, and said, "Oh, let's make a porno." I said, "No, you can help me with my school project in the morning." But then the morning turned sour. And because I love being ballsy and storytelling, I asked him to film something. This turned out to be our last goodbye. Yeah. Anyways, so that before that first date with Diaper Boy, he sent that video to all his friends in the theater company, right? And I went to all of his shows in the span of 6 months. And I had several people come up to me during the first show I went and say, "Oh, you're that girl who made that video for Diaper Boy. You must be Jackie. So cool, man, so cool." And I just went along with it and said, "Yeah, yep, I'm crazy." Yeah. There was just one show he was producing, directing, and I auditioned, didn't get it. Sleeping with a director doesn't always get you to your dreams. But I knew that this show was super special, so I invited all my friends to go see it. I even invited 3 boys who I knew were into me and made them believe we were going on a date, but when they showed up, I was just with a big group of friends. That's how much I liked Diaper Boy and believed in his creative vision. And so then time passes, and I take him to my friend's play, where I got a little tipsy. And after the show, he said, "Jackie, I'm starting to believe that I've been leading you on. I am in no place for a commitment, and I do not want a girlfriend." And since I was a little tipsy, I got a little emotional and said, "It's okay! It's fine! I can do casual, it's okay, I'm leaving soon anyways, you know?" Right, because I don't want to lose you. And then he saw my lack of toilet brush, and from then on, I really did not hear from him. 2 months of silence goes by, and I realize, uh-oh, I've been ghosted. So you know what I did? I went to his next play. I sat in the front row where he saw me. And after the show, did I go up to him to talk to him? No. I went home with dry, clean underwear at that time. Yeah. But the very next day, I go to his friend's play, different show. And I had this gut feeling Diaper Boy was going to be there. And I'm standing in the mush of people, and this girl in front of me says, "Where is love more life? Where is my husband?" And then Diaper Boy goes up to her, kisses her, sees me. "Oh, hey, Jackie." "Hi. How are you?" "Good. Thanks for coming to the show last night." "You're welcome. I like your jumper." "Yeah, okay." Turns out they had been dating for a while. They weren't married yet, she was just manifesting. When I first learned that, I was a little upset, almost took a nap on the train tracks, whatever. But I was mostly relieved because he found his person, and I believe you should really follow your heart and go after the people who are meant for you. He went to Thailand. Good for you. But that bastard could have told me that. I didn't spend 2 months being an insecure girl wondering, why? What's wrong with me, But that story came to a full circle when I saw on Instagram that this guy got engaged to this girl. Turns out he was in a place of commitment. I'm thinking of buying him a trash can as a wedding present.
This is going to be intermission. We're going to cut it. We're going to take a break right here, 5 minutes. Go get some more concessions, go to the bathroom, and we'll come back for the second half.
I've always thought that maybe I was the problem, the burden, the least important friend, the most easily forgotten friend. It took me a long time to be proud that I'm not normal. But guess what? Nobody is normal. No one in this room, not you two, definitely not you guys. I had my voice coach say during class, Jackie, do you think you're the wackiest person in here? Maybe. Well, you're not. Everyone in here is fucked up. Once you realize that everyone is just as weird as you can really start to let go. So I did. I learned that nobody is normal and that everyone has their own quirks, which is so beautiful to me. They say that people who aren't afraid to make a fool of themselves usually have more success in the arts. So if you feel like you're the odd one in the bunch, you're living life the right way. I myself feel a little lost right now. I did the math and I realized that I could not make this documentary and pay rent at the same time. At first I was okay with that sacrifice, whatever. I basically live out of my car, cook on my camp stove, shiver from the cold, whatever. One time, in a parking lot, I had to pee, cold outside, I was wearing this. And I get out of the car and this is what happens. Heather comes in the dark. And then I squat down and go pee, unzip my little thing. Hey, you have a good beat right there. And then I pee, pretend this is peanut water. And then I squeeze it out like this, and my hands are all covered in pee. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm covered in piss, and it's cold, and I just want to go to bed. And I go into the car like this. This is my favorite position, by the way. And I take this contaminated thing off, and I go back to bed. Anyways, in Costa Rica, I helped Nelly apply for her tourist visa, paid the $185 fee, and scheduled her interview so that she can come here. You need to schedule an interview so that they just want to make sure you're not immigrating. But the next available appointment was for April 2nd, 2025, a year from today. Crazy, right? A year-long wait. So, I mean, it's not really fair that I did not need a visa to go to her, but it's very complicated for her to come here. But the hard part is over. She's coming here, whether people who support the wall like it or not. Yeah. The objective of this documentary is to complete her dream of seeing the Grand Canyon, but we have the theme of showing that the connections and the battles you make along the way are more important than achieving a dream. And we have that dream of bringing her back into that childlike wonder of having a dream, making her feel young and free again before anything bad happened to her, before her son killed himself, before her abusive husband died of cancer, before getting kicked out of the house at 20 for getting pregnant, before all of the childlike joy slithered away from the challenges of life. This documentary is about the complicated journey of achieving a dream. And I'm throwing in a lot of conflict in there to help her grow outside of her comfort zone. For example, we went to a lake and we filmed a scene where I surprised her by going skinny dipping. Have you ever gone skinny dipping?
Nope.
Well, Nelly loved it. Nelly has never been skinny dipping either, so it's fine. And she started flirting with boys, hot young boys my age. In Costa Rica, she would stop and call them beautiful. She would like you guys. And so I'm excited to keep going on this adventure with her. And you know why this documentary is going to be a work of art? Because Nelly's favorite word in the English language is cocksucker. She doesn't speak much English, so I asked Nelly, do you know what cocksucker means? No. Oh, great. Costa Rica, I felt a little lost, because I didn't want to be struggling for a year longer than expected. My goal was to work hard and bring her by this upcoming summer, but it just got pushed back. No problem. It's okay. While I was working as a housekeeper at an undisclosed location, I would sneak into room 13 to avoid the cold nights. Room 13 has a bed, a heater, a toilet, but no toilet brush, just the way I like it. I do go to bed paranoid every night. I never know when another employee is going to walk in on me in room 13. On the days I feel extra paranoid and anxious, nothing bad happens. But one day, I was feeling cool, calm, reading a book, no pants, and an employee unlocks the door to room 13, my safe haven. But I put the latch that hotels have, so you can imagine he was very confused when denied entry to the storage room. Hello? Is somebody in here? Oh, just a moment. Hey. Hi, I'm just getting a cot for another room. What are you doing? Oh, just hanging out. Oh, fair enough. Sorry about that. And then he goes away, and I don't think he has told anyone. So go me. Free rent. I'm saving a lot of money right now for the documentary. So I'm the smart one here. Yeah. Have you guys seen those signs that says no overnight parking in places? I have learned that those signs are just psychological tactics to scare off the weak. And I am not weak. So sometimes I spend the night in those parking lots, whatever. But it is worth it to know that because of my dedication and craziness, Nelly is getting the adventure of a lifetime. Yeah, so that's exciting. But being homeless kind of feels like, why am I alive? Sometimes, but I should have listened to my uncle when he said that NAU stood for not a university. I have a degree and I smell sometimes. But don't worry, I know that real homeless people have it a lot worse than I do for going through something a lot more traumatic than making the documentary. Yeah. Ironically, in Sydney, I worked at a homeless shelter, and on my first shift, I found crystal meth. Do you know what that is? Turns out it was not Pop Rocks. Don't worry, I didn't try it, I just looked at it. Oh, never seen that before. But it was a fancy homeless shelter. Everyone had their own bed, own bathroom, own room. And there was this one fine gentleman who would avoid the bed and sleep on the living room floor every night. Me and the cleaning crew would always walk in on him, passed out drunk with piss all over himself. I'm lucky. I have goals. I'm not always covered in pee, and I am still hot. Just like you, birthday girl. I had someone tell me, Jackie, you should try dating. But no one wants to date a homeless girl. You know what would happen? The guy, or girl, would say, hey, can we go back to your place? And then I would drive you to a dark, secluded parking lot. You'll get out of the car, look for my house, doesn't exist, and then I'll get really nervous and leave you there. Or, the person could say, hey, I can pick you up. Where do you live? Oh, just pick me up in the Walmart parking lot. No, really, I can pick you up. It's not a problem. Walmart parking lot. What? Walmart! Or I can pick them up. They'll look at my bed in the back seat. Oh, why does it smell like pee? I think I'll stay lonely. It's fine. When you really fuck up a relationship, when they block you on Spotify? Has anyone here ever been blocked on Spotify? No, well, that's happened to me twice so far. screwdriver and switched out random people's license plates, you know? Woo! Woo! Can you imagine how chaotic that would be? One time, I'm at a cafe, and this person in front of me is working on his company's payroll, and I noticed a flashing red light from his flash drive, and I just had this toxic urge to yank it out. That would have ruined his day. But I didn't. Sometimes, during church, during Catholic Mass, the only thing I can think about is sex. That is fucked up. All those thoughts are fucked up, right? You know, but not as fucked up as blocking me on Spotify. Yeah. One time, I'm on a train in Sydney, and I looked down at a man's feet. He had the ugliest, grossest, yellowest toenails I had ever seen. And my instinct was to yell at him. But I chose to be kind that day and said nothing. Right. Public transportation in the city was expensive until I discovered the art of surviving. I noticed that my knees were small enough to squeeze through the gates. I saved about $1,000 by sleeping on the train. Which was risky because Nazis still exist, you know. The people who come on the train at random times and check your ticket, and if you didn't pay, they would give you a $200 fine, you know. Yeah. The homeless shelter I worked at was a 1-hour train ride away. $7 one way. No way I was paying that. I have a documentary to make, you know. And so there would also be police officers looking for tailgaters or knee squeezers coming out. People like me, sometimes I would look them dead in the eye and, you know, squeeze through and go, thanks. Well, nothing happened until they raised the prices, which is when I learned that they take fare evasion as a very serious crime. So I'm on the train, the random ticket checkers come on both ends of the carriage, they track you like you're weak prey, you know, it's just like you guys are doing to me right now. And they check your card, which is just your debit, train card, phone. I do not have any card saved on my phone, so I present it to the ticket checker. Obviously nothing happened, but he kind of gave up. I got away with it, lucky me. And then same thing happened on the way back, which was weird because I would only run into them every 4 months. But this time, twice in one day, unlucky. But I got away with it this time. But the very next day, I squeezed through the gates, and a police woman sees me. You! Stop! You in the black shirt! Stop! She catches me, right? Do you have a warrant for your arrest? Mm-mm. What's your name? Lucy. Last name? Smith? That's not my real name. I continue to lie to her, and she asks to see my ID, but I never carry my wallet just in case this happens, you know? But then, you know what she asked me? She asked to see my Apple ID on my phone, and she got me there. I mean, she looks at my phone, sees my name. Did you just give me a fake name? Yeah. After giving her my real information, she just gave me a warning. Lucky me. But did I learn my lesson? No. I kept sneaking on. The next week, get caught on the train. They gave me a warning. Nice guy. Next week, the guy gave me my $200 fine that I rightfully deserved. Whatever. But I realized that I should stop bringing my phone with me because obviously that was the problem. So the next time I get caught on the train, I confidently gave the ticket checker a fake name, address, birthday, the whole thing, and I finally got away with it. Yeah. I have never paid that fine. In Australia, they're very strict with having your middle name match with all your documents, or like your full name. And I never gave my middle name to the several ticket checkers or to the police officers, right? Plus, I have a negative 102.40 balance in my Australian account. So even if they do find me, I got nothing. Yeah, so therefore, I won the battle between me and the Nazis. Unfortunately, other parts of the world are still struggling. Yeah. My middle name is Lucille. My grandmother's name, she's dead. My grandma never really approved of her kids' spouses, but that's because they just never knew how to win her over. My grandma loved to take pictures on her disposable camera. She would go to Walgreens every day to get photos developed. And when she died, her kids found boxes of the same photograph of the same pond in her backyard. And she was also very religious. She had a son who eventually grew up to be Catholic. A priest. He was Catholic. His name was Father Dick. Real name back then. And they both kind of ended up being alcoholics. So to win over my grandmother, you had to come over, snap a picture of her pond, of her backyard, and say, "Oh, hey, Lucille, this is for you." It only has one picture on it. Hand her a cocktail and say, "Oh, did I mention I'm Catholic?" So I asked my aunt, what would someone who I'm dating need to know about my dad to get along with him, And she said, "Oh, they would need a job, any job, a good job, and into sports, and Catholic." The person I'm dating now doesn't have any of those, because I'm not dating anyone. Remember? No one wants to date a smelly homeless girl who refuses to buy a toilet brush and who keeps getting caught on the train several times, But, if anyone here can look past my flaws and accept that I'm not normal because nobody's normal, then feel free to donate to my documentary, and then you can ask me out on a date. You can pick me up in the Walmart parking lot, and you never know. Unlike Nelly, I know what the word cocksucker means.
Hi, I'm going to grab the show for like 2 seconds. Jackie's not done yet. She's going to be back with a few more jokes after I'm done. She's graciously allowed me the chance to chat with y'all for like 2 seconds. My name is Haley Creighton. I'm running for state senate here in Flagstaff. I am young, and I really think that young people deserve to have a voice on our ballot. I think I'll empower a lot of young voters, especially up here at NAU. I'm a recent NAU graduated about 2 years ago. I ran Kyle Hitchkey's state senate campaign. He ran 2 years ago. So I'm very experienced in this and know a lot of people and know the district very well. So I'm running in District 7, which is the southern half of Flagstaff. It runs all the way from Flagstaff down through Payson, Sholo, Globe, and then down to Apache Junction. So it's a very big district if you know Arizona. But I've been getting out there, I've got on the ballot and everything, but I just wanted to kind of connect with some people in Flagstaff still. So if anyone's interested, I have QR codes for my website. It has links to, you can check me out, learn more about me, but it also has links to my social media and everything. So I'm throwing like a campaign launch party on Friday, which there's information on my social media about that. So if you want to check it out, let me know. I have flyers, you can chat with me after the show. Cool. Thanks, Jen.
And I have a raisin box that I'm going to kick to this part of the stage. Because this is the special time where everybody had a candy bar, right? Well, one lucky person got an oatmeal raisin cookie. So if you have that cookie, it's now your special time. Who got that cookie?
Oh, I got cookies.
Come on up here, sir. You're going to go ahead and do a little dance for us.
Me?
Yeah, no, you come on up here. Do a dance. Come on. Oh my gosh, Jackie, I'll figure this out. You go ahead and stay here and do the magic trick you know.
I only have one comment. Heather, you know that girl? Very pretty. She's in the theater show Gossip Comedy upstairs.
Woo!
I promise you guys, that show upstairs is way better than this one. Yeah, I watched it last week. I laughed the whole time. No, unlike you guys. Oh, magic! I'm supposed to do magic. Okay. Okay, birthday girl, pick a card. Any card. Oh, is that your card? Yeah, I don't know how to do fucking magic, okay? I'm just gonna stick. You guys can look. That was the best part of the show last night. Can you guys imagine if we introduced ourselves to our neighbors when we're at a hotel. Have you ever done that?
Jeff, it asked of my wife about that.
Okay. Well, my parents were visiting me, and they said they were in room 302. So I go to room 302, and this Asian man opens the door, and I ask, "Oh, are you my new brother?" Turns out I went to the wrong hotel. But technically, we're all neighbors to each other on some level, right? You know, it's in the Bible if anyone has read that novel. The most awkward neighbors people have are the ones you share a bathroom stall door with. You know, sometimes I have this really weird urge to like tap someone's foot right next to me. You know, they like rub their shoes. Oh, you got nice shoes, lady. In 8th grade, I was peeing right next to my teacher in the bathroom. And the toilet paper I used missed the bowl and rolled under the barrier right next to her foot. So I grabbed the toilet paper, rubbed her big toe a bit, and run out!
Okay, I got him, Jackie. He's tough, he's tall, he runs far. I got him, so you can go ahead and do that dance he knows how to do. But I did bring a boombox, that's the only problem.
Oh, it seems like I forgot the boombox. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to play a song instead.
Oh, yikes. Okay, can I just get everybody to start clapping their hands?
Before I do that, does anyone here have any jokes or stories they would like to share? Maybe they can do better than me. Anyone feeling brave tonight? No? Okay. Well, quiche, it is not sexy. When you think eggs, do you think romance? You could have made a rack of lamb, rare and wonderful. At first, we'll take our knives and cut off little pieces. Small bits of juicy red meat with the perfect combination of spices, rosemary, and salt. Small bites will turn into large bites, and soon we'll have lambos in our hands, and we'll be devouring them. You know? After we devoured each other. No, I don't mean literally. I mean sexually. I devour you sexually. You devour me sexually. I want to be devoured by a man who cooks wonderful lamb. Oh. One does not devour a fucking quiche, you know?
Jackie.
That's
a monologue from the show. You gotta stick to your own content. Remember, copyright reasons.
Right.
I think the show's over.
No, James, let her cook.
Okay, well, anyways, I believe in ignoring the burnt tip of my tongue after the first sip of hot chocolate. I believe in spending 12 hours on a cramped plane to visit those you love, you know, even though they even have one testicle. I believe in breaking rules. I believe in one-sided soulmates. I believe in us together in past life, Heather. I believe in being vulnerable. I believe in you. I believe in me. I believe in campfires being the only thing we need. I believe in stuffed animals being my only friends. I believe in the lonely. I believe in taking pictures of every cool thing I see. I believe in stories, the fresh smell of paint, slow, sad country songs, dancing, chasing long-lost dreams. I believe in leprechauns being our guardian angels. I believe in crying, showering in the dark, waiting my turn, always saying yes to vanilla bean ice cream. I believe in taking risks, that I'm worth it. I believe in being loved. And I believe in believing that everything is going to be so